America is the cancer. America, the American government, secularism, democracy, capitalism, these are cancers that have spread their illness all over the world.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nissim Black Show. It's only a matter of time before radical Islam, whatever variation of it that you actually want to call it, it's only a little bit of time before it actually takes over Western civilization. And for Western civilization, as we know it, to be completely, that's if all things go as nature would say, right? Because what's happening is not only the propaganda, not only all the things that we know how many people are converting, we're just looking at the sheer numbers of how many children that Muslims have compared to what the average Western family has. They're going to eventually, without any type of war, but barbarianism is a part of the culture. So therefore it will come out. Doesn't matter where it's at, it will come out. In the cities and in the streets of, Melbourne and even it spread even over into Russia, all throughout Europe, Germany. I mean, you are seeing this happen, and it's so sad. It's so sad to say. Not to mention the UK. This is happening not only in Europe, ladies and gentlemen, it's also happening in the United States of America. Now, there are some places that we know, and it's been clear and it's very obvious. I'm going to show you today at least four. I think I have lined up four. I think we have lined up four disturbing clips showing the plot, the plan, the boldness of radical Islam. And of Islam in itself. I mean, I'm not going to call every person a radical. It has come to my attention that if you practice it the way that it's intended to be practiced, then we call it radical. So you're going to see these clips. I want you to judge for yourself, because while the whole entire world is obsessed and worried about the Jews, right? Those aggressive, conniving Jews, I want you to see what radical Islam is doing.
We're done hiding. We're done being tortured and hurt and judged. This is the correct religion. This is the religion that all of humanity needs to be a part of, Islam. And
who is oppressing Islam right now? Who's oppressing Islam? That's what I want to know. Who's oppressing them? They're tired of being judged, hurt. Mamdani talked about his aunt was afraid to wear hijab. You can't make it up.
We will not stop until it enters every home. So I want you to repeat after me. I want to hear it in every single district. It should tremble. Brooklyn should hear it. The Bronx should hear it. Queens should hear it. Say it as if the ummah depends on this, my brothers and sisters. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadan Rasulullah. There is no God worthy of worship except Allah, the God of Jesus, the God of Moses, the God of Abraham, and the God of the last and final prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
These are the streets of America, ladies and gentlemen. No, this is not Syria. This is not Gaza. This is not Mecca. United States of America, Times Square. And I've been to Times Square, actually, before when there's Jewish events, and it looks quite different than that. Quite different than that. But no, the world is going to tell you that this is okay. And these are the people you're letting into your country. The people that you let into your country subscribe to this. And this becomes the problem with Western civilization. These are where our holes are. Sometimes in order to fix the sin of the discrimination and slavery and bigotry, right? Sometimes you can actually overcompensate by giving leeway and laws, right? Putting them in place where you are accepting people into your country and onto your soil that actually want the destruction of your company. It's an overcompensation. And we're seeing this over and over and over again in many different ways. We're doing it with sexuality. We're doing it with race, right? We are doing this over and over again, overcompensating, right, for mistakes that had happened before. Male toxicity. People, wanted to push feminism, right? So then you have this influx of guys who are degrading women. People such as Andrew Tate and many others. He just happens to be the ringleader. Who overcompensate for that by being a disgusting version of what they would call an alpha male, when really they are the real betas. I'm going to do a video showing you proof on how people like Andrew Tate and all these other womanizing men who think that they're alpha males they're really betas. That's what they really are. Anyway, I want to get into this next clip because you have to see what's going on in America right here on your own soil. Not somewhere else, right here on your own soil.
America is the cancer. America, the American government, secularism, democracy, capitalism, these are cancers that have spread their illness all over the world. In America and in the Middle East. In America over here, people have...
America's the one that spread their cancer all over the world, even to the Middle East.
The freedom to, again, like I said before, commit zina, do all this fahisha, but when you speak up, it's a problem.
What he's talking about over there, for those of you who don't speak Arabic or any Semitic languages, is that he's talking about the amount of debauchery and, the selling of sex and all these other things. That type of lack of modesty, we would say, that has spread, which is definitely true. But it's so interesting how these things come from people who are actively marrying 8-year-olds and 12-year-olds and 9-year-olds and whatever thing else. You're talking about people who, once they have moved into certain places in Sweden and all these other places where there has been a major uptick in rape, gang rapes, everything, since these people have come in, and these guys are the ones worried about, right, the over, sexualization of a society. It's such hypocrisy.
Muslims are tired of this cancer. They're tired of the American government. They're tired of democracy. They want to see a new way of life.
So go back to your countries, right? If you want a new way of life, and if the life that you had was so much better, right, in the Middle East or from whatever country that you guys came from, if people are really tired of that, go back there. Go back there. Please give me an ICE agent on the line. I will call them myself to send you back over there. I'm just telling you from my own opinion and living in the Middle East and seeing what's going on around me, it doesn't look like your way of life is actually panning out. That's just my opinion.
And as Muslims, we have to understand that we have that new way of life. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent as a mercy for all of mankind. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. He was sent as a mercy. Why? Because the way of life he brought will bring that mercy. The way of life he brought will bring that tranquility.
There's a lot of peace and tranquility going on in Iraq and Iran and Syria and all that. There's so much tranquility and peace. Wherever Islam rules, there's such tranquility and peace and love and all these things. It's this person. Guys, we must sign up. We must sign up. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see. From these disturbing clips, disturbing videos of all of what's going on in America, people, wake up. You have got to wake up. It is only a matter of time. You must wake up because nobody's hiding this from you. This is all out in the open. As I've said many times, the only people hiding are the ones with the truth. Only people hiding are the ones with the truth. It is ridiculous. And I wish that was it. I wish that was it. But it's not it. Here's another clip.
Netanyahu did not envisage that for the first time since 1948, the Palestinians would actually retake land back from the Israelis. Netanyahu did not envisage that for the first time since 1948, the Palestinians would be able to hold those territories for more than 72 hours.
We are pitying a people who brought a huge victory since 1948. Don't pity them. They don't want your pity. Celebrate the victory. Allah has shown the world that no normalization can erase the Palestinian cause. When everybody thought it was finished, it's roaring. How many of you feel it in your hearts when you got the news that it happened? How many of you felt the euphoria? Allahu Akbar. How many of you felt it? Why did you feel it? Because the despair vanished. You said this ummah is alive.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to have to be the bearer of bad news. But America, if you don't wake up, this is your future. Look at the emotion. You see the things that make them tear up as destruction, murder, mass murder of people, of innocent people. This is the things that make them tear up. This is the things that makes them feel a certain sense of victory. And you know when Israelis cry, you know when Jews, when we start to cry? When we see loved ones coming home to their family after being in captivity for 2 years, some less than that. When we see kids reunited with their family members who have been over fighting for their freedoms, fighting for the protection of their brothers and sisters. You know, when we see people giving to one another, giving of themselves to give to one another, to show love and to reach across the aisle. When we see people like Charlie Kirk at 31 years old lose his life, but not the fact that just he lost his life, but everything he stood for. When we see 15,000 people gather together in a stadium, even us as Jews, but your religion that we don't subscribe to is Christianity, are happy to genuinely see people there praising God together. These are the type of things that we cry about. These are the type of things that make us tear up and feel joyful and be happy to be humans, to be happy to be Jews. By these guys, death and destruction makes them tear up. Wake up, America. Please, as always, feel free, please, to share this video. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, and until next time, remember to serve God or live trying. I'm out. Thank you so much for watching. Please, again, make sure you like, subscribe, notification bell, and if you can, make sure that you pick up some merch. NissimBlack.store. Make sure you get yourself a cup, t-shirt, something, help and support this channel. Also, you can sign up for Glory Nation, which is my online community where we go deep into prayer and how to protect ourselves from being idiots. See you guys in the next video.